Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, I want to go and talk about something kind of intriguing, which is going to be the year of 2022, and how it actually might finally go be the year that Xbox kind of goes and gets a nice little jump start and basically like another little bounce back when it comes to this big console fight between the PlayStation 5, Nintendo Switch, and of course the Xbox. Especially because they actually have quite a few cool things planned up in the future, and as well, there's also just a lot of cool things kind of planned on off, especially when it comes to both the Game Pass, Steam, Xbox, and everything else, where a lot of these things are things you should probably pretty much consider and go and look at too when it comes, especially for 2022. So we have a lot of cool things to go and talk about over here. We also have a very intriguing tech radar article I want to kind of go bounce off to as well. And of course, for these types of videos, I always love to get to hear and see all your feedback and comment down below. So if you guys want to, feel free to go chime on in. As well, if any of you guys are brand new, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. As well, for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway, Amazon links down below for the PS5 Digital Console controller. Same with that, Twitter and Twitch stream as well. And of course, if you guys want to get those last minute Samsung SSDs, link down below, or sign up for that Coinbase and deposit $100. You guys can go feel free to if you guys want to. So as I mentioned, when it comes to these types of videos, I'm definitely a little bit more of a PlayStation 5, like a little bit more on the fanboy side, but I'm also a current active PC Game Pass subscriber. So just for informal, just guys like the preemptive, so you guys know when it comes to where I'm getting my opinions on for all this stuff. But I'm sure you guys have seen these past like about month or so has been phenomenal when it comes to Xbox restocks. We've had Target kind of flooding the in-stores just consistently. GameStop's been doing bundles. We've been seeing bundles pretty much floating around everywhere. And even Microsoft themselves this past month have really kind of picked up and sold a lot more consoles all throughout, well, this past few weeks, especially from them directly. And of course, too, as well, the Xbox Series S has been doing phenomenal. There's almost always in stock. There's almost always stock available. And of course, it's not as sought after as the PlayStation 5 or Xbox. It's still doing consistently very, very well. So kind of in a really good standpoint over here where the Xbox itself is not necessarily fully winning as of now. They're not doing as many sales, etc., but they kind of have a really good groundwork to go and build on for 2022. So let's go dive into this. So like I said, we have a nice little tech radar article over here basically saying Xbox 2021, Microsoft's ambitious gamble has finally paid off on the Xbox Series X and S. Taking it back a few years, but the Xbox is back on track. So 2021 has been an outstanding year for Xbox. It's been a long time coming, but the investments Microsoft made way back in 2016 have only come into fruition this year, and Xbox gamers are now finally reaping the benefits. So first and foremost, the kind of the big point, and I do agree on this too as well, as especially for this next upcoming year, we've seen the power of the Xbox Game Pass in full force in 2021, which I will actually stand by on that. So this will also be kind of a big thing also for 2022. So this year alone, he had Microsoft Flight Simulator, Psychonauts, which was also like a Game of the Year nominee, Forza, which was a phenomenal, probably one of the best, if not actually best, arcade racing games we've seen so far, and Halo Infinite, which a little bit no critiques kind of flown on in, has had a mostly pretty good reception when it comes to on the Game Pass too as well. But they have also had so many of the other various indie games too, such as like, Unpacking, Hades, as well as other various ones too, like, Back for Blood, Outriders, MLB The Show, and all this stuff which has been included on the Xbox Game Pass. But I think the next kind of big thing too, besides the Game Pass being a really good value for indie games and everything else, is the upcoming games for 2022 and how that's going to basically kind of pay off even more, because you already have all these folks in this ecosystem, let alone all the folks that are also doing that on PC too as well. I mean, a lot of folks have had a chance to play Halo on PC, had a chance to play Forza on PC, Age of Empires, all these other various big names as well. And this is kind of only the start when it comes to Xbox, because there's so many other various games too, such as Starfield, which is scheduled for 2020. You don't have other various games too as well, such as like, Hellblade. We want to go check out that one, which had really good success before. And many other various games too, an IP, such as like the Gears of War series and other ones mixed on in, which can and probably will be added on Xbox Game Pass. So that alone, and I think the rumors are on like 20 million subscribers, both on Xbox and PC. You put this all together, and it does kind of go and show that we're going to go and have a hopefully really, really good year for 2022 as they're prepping it up and building on the groundwork for this too as well. Very, very nice to see. And on top of that too, this all kind of goes into the other previous consoles too. So think of the Xbox Series S. So anyone can go and join on in as they keep on making those and selling those at a lower cost. You have a lot more Game Pass subscribers, which always grows it. And same thing too as well with PC too as well. And this kind of goes into even saying that it's going to keep on growing and growing, because ever since 2017, Xbox Game Pass basically let people go and just keep on growing more and more and more every year. And this is even beforehand too, because you had things like Sea of Thieves, State of Decay, Gears, Halo, Master Chief, Doom Eternal, Ori as well, and it's going to keep on getting better and better, especially as 2022 comes on. Now, I think the next part of this too for 2022 is going to be on the PC. So, Xbox Game Pass finally did come to PC as of a few years ago, and for me, who's predominantly more so a PC gamer, I'm very down with this. I love the idea of having all my games and also my Xbox games on PC, because it's to the point where I don't even really need to have an Xbox Series X. But I think the one biggest thing over here too is that this is also going to be the biggest news and the biggest push for 2022, where basically Phil Spencer himself revealed every single Xbox title developed by Microsoft's Xbox Game Studios would also be coming to PC as well as consoles. So it also led many people to speculate that people wouldn't buy an Xbox consoles. The games would be all available on PC moving forward too as well. And also his counterpoint is basically kind of say for me, I just want everyone to be able to go play games as much as you possibly can. So that's one of the biggest struggles when it comes to this is you can go basically play games at any point and any time as you guys want. PC, great. When it comes to Xbox, great. But at the same time, as they keep on selling more and more Xbox Series S's even, and also the cloud, which we'll get to in a second. But on top of that, too, also on Steam, it does kind of seem like it's going to keep on growing, getting more money, getting more funding, and basically, as you have more subscribers, that also leads into another like millions of dollars you can invest into every month to go get and buy the licensing for more people to buy and get more games as time goes on, which is just really nice. It's basically like, hey, we keep on churning out money. Let's go keep on investing. And then we can also even buy more game studios, buy more indie games, and keep on going from there. Because at the end of the day, the more games you can play, the more value Game Pass is, and the more money you make. It's almost like a endless feedback loop where you just keep on investing. And as long as you keep on having more and more growth, you can pretty much go and sustain it almost in perpetuality, which is very cool to see. And that kind of shows that 2022, especially with all these big games kind of coming out, such as I mentioned, you have all these cool brand new Starfields and like the Hellblades and all these other Xbox exclusives will definitely be driving up the sales, along with all the other things such as like Halos and everything else tied into the Xbox side. And of course, obviously, too, the power of the cloud, which I'm still apprehensive on. If you guys want to leave your comments on this, you guys totally can. But when it comes to Xbox itself, I'm not against it. Like, I'm okay with the cloud. We all saw how bad those Stadia went. So I'm always very apprehensive. Same with PlayStation now, which people use it, but it's not the most sought after thing. I do always think that as time goes on, we have better internet, we have better like 5G connection, better like local Wi-Fi, whatever it is, or even just our own current house Wi-Fi. We have more like incentive to want to use the cloud, which once again kind of keeps on broadening on up the entire topic of you can have anyone play games at almost any single point in the world, which I think is awesome. So once again, that kind of leads towards them kind of building all this like groundwork, and they have been working on this throughout the past few years to go make and get as much money as they possibly can, as many subscribers as they possibly can, and go from there. That's why a lot of the times they'll go and push the Xbox Series S pretty heavily, because especially in third world countries, think like India, China, South America, etc., or even in America, you basically can go and sell them on the Game Pass subscription and make more long-term money because someone's paying a subscription, long-term. And this overall kind of just building even more gaming into your gaming infrastructure, which I think is awesome too as well. And on top of this too, there's also been a lot of big updates and a lot more big updates even planned to in the future when it comes to all of these consoles. So it never stops, especially when it comes to 2022 with the brand new games coming out, brand new updates coming out. But they're also focusing more so even on old school games too as well, where they're also trying their best to go and push up the higher frame rates and kind of push in more FPS and trying to make sure they're more efficient, and also have like even more of your dashboards even going up to 4K, and also even pushing for more 4K gaming, 144 hertz and 120 hertz gaming too as well. And on top of that, even just for Game Pass, they've also been trying their best to go and be doing other games such as like Destiny and multiplayer games to keep those games alive, which is very, very cool to go and see, because they're not only focused on trying to get more games and game acquisitions, but also trying to go and streamline the process and make sure everything's going good. Now, these are a lot of the things that I wish the PlayStation would be doing, such as making the PS Now a better subscription service. I would love to have a PlayStation Game Pass as well. I would absolutely love that. But at the same time, they are focusing more so on just making really good AAA games and going from there. But I just want to let you guys all know the future of 2022 for the Xbox is looking very, very nice. Both with all the groundwork they've already had a chance to go and build, as well as what they can establish in the future. I do think the Xbox will have a pretty nice bounce back, especially with how many restocks we've been seeing too as well, and then flooding the market these past few weeks. I think you'll have a very, very good 2022, and hopefully for all the other consoles too as well, Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 5 included, will all be phenomenal, and ideally will make a lot of us happy and make some really cool games we can all go and play. So I hope you guys are all excited for 2022, and Happy New Year's too as well. I do appreciate all of you guys so much for watching, spending your time with me, and showing my channel throughout this entire year. And of course, give me your thoughts and comments down below. Make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for the PS5 disc, digital console, and controller. Same with those Samsung SSDs, the Twitter and Twitch streams, and that Weebles. And I appreciate you guys all so much for watching, and I'll have a bunch more videos all throughout the rest of today. Love you guys.